Well, good morning, Owensboro. It's good to be back. I'm the senior citizens of all the candidates running at 55, and show you what that means is my first job out of EKU was working for the Commission on Human Rights, and Owensboro was my territory. So I'm one of those people who know or remember when a state employee could go to the executive end for $25 a night, and it was the greatest bargain in the state of Kentucky. But I'm come from 5 generations of teachers, 4 generations of farmers, 5 generations of community leaders. My mother's from Trigg County, Cadiz, Kentucky. She had 7 brothers. She's the youngest. She's 91 years old, and I'm happy to say that my sister and I take care of her now. Let me tell you that we're in this race because we don't believe you should have to be a doctor or a lawyer or a baseball player to serve, but you ought to have a record of service. And it's that record of service I'm running on. I've been on over 35 boards and commissions. I used to also come here when I worked for National City Bank, when we came here with the National City Bank that's located here in town. So I've been to Owensboro a lot, and I know the importance of service, because I've seen people in this community, everyday people, when the cameras weren't on, when nobody was looking, serving their community. And that's what service is all about. You know, I used to be the chairman of the board of a Park Duval Community Health Center. It was a health center that saw over 100,000 people a year for Western Louisville and Spencer County. And when I got on that board, it was a $400,000 deficit. When I got off of it, it was a $40,000 in the black. But that was not my job. I negotiated a school desegregation plan for 92,000 students in Jefferson County, but that was not my job. I created the governor's management trainee program from scratch, which has now been adopted in 7 other states, but that was not my job. And I say that to you because you hear so many people tell you the things they've done, but it's always in the context of their job. And you expect people to do a good job. That's why when I was at National City Bank, that we got an outstanding rating as a CRA outreach officer. You know, when I worked for Burton Jones with the Transportation Cabinet, my department was named the best department in a 7-state region. But that was my job. You should expect me to do my job. We need to understand the difference between opportunists and leaders. An opportunist will tell you what you want to hear, and a leader will tell you what you need to hear. And you'll hear people talk about jobs and what they're going to do. Well, let's look at what they've done and not just look about what they're going to do. Because you can judge a person by what they've done when nobody was looking, rather than just what they're going to do if they get to Washington. You know, we've got health care problems in Kentucky now in the past 5 years, and we already have elected officials, and nothing has happened. Kentucky is still at the bottom as it relates to education. We want to bring our teachers' salaries, compensation up to the national average, because we believe that if we have better teachers, we'll have better students, and if we have better students, we can better compete in a world economy. We believe in uniquely Kentucky, those jobs that can't be outsourced anywhere else. Kentucky Coal, the river right here in Owensboro. You have very unique jobs that nobody else can do. We've got more river than any other state, and we need to take advantage of that river. We've got more cows and more farms than any state east of the Mississippi. And so we need to have our feeder lots right here in Kentucky using Kentucky corn, Kentucky hay. Now, I know a little bit about farming because my mom raised me on a 324-acre farm once my father passed when I was 5 years old. And in 1999, when I tell you I had 100 head of cattle out on Shelbyville Road, I mean it, because my mom called me and said, "Maurice, you need to get home. You got 100 head of cattle out on Shelbyville Road." So I know what that's like. I know what it is to get in the middle of 100,000 pounds of tobacco and try to look for some help and somebody to help you house that tobacco and to cut that tobacco and to top that tobacco. So I've been there, done that. I'm a small business owner. I've worked for, I'm a board member of the Louisville Chamber of Commerce. So I know what small businesses go through. I know that everybody that is opposed to health care got health care. And you ought to take a look at that and see who these people are that are so opposed to other people having that same type of care. We need to understand that this is about all of us. This is about new leadership. It's about new direction. It's about a new day. We can't keep doing the same old thing the same way and think we're going to get a different results. We need, and something nobody talks about, and I have to stop, but we need somebody to tell us the truth in Washington, and I'll do that. Thank you.